momenten naar uitleiding van. Dus niet momenten dat jij zegt, hé jongens, ik ga dat en dat eens doen.
Is football played with the legs or the head? You were probably going to say legs, of course, but we are here with the only soccer sensation who has redefined the game of football with his brilliant mind. Can you guess his name? It's 1970s sensation Johan Cruyff, and let's see what made him the pioneer of modern football. Johan Cruyff is one of the greatest and most exhilarating soccer players ever. Born in Amsterdam, Netherlands in 1947, he was an athlete who lacked truly exceptional athletic ability from birth. He was not the fastest, strongest, highest jumper, or a player you would immediately recognise as a star on a practice field. However, he found a way to leverage his limitations to create an entirely new style of soccer called total football, because he was smart, determined and gifted, with one of the most creative and precisely calculated minds in the history of football. If you're not able to do well in the game, reinvent it. Transform the game into something you're the best at. That was his motto. Because of the total football approach, he could play as a forward or an attacking midfielder, although that was largely optional. Being a right-footed player, he is regarded by many as the best football player to have come out of Europe, if not all of history. He was an exceptionally gifted football player who excelled in all areas of offensive football vision, but especially in dribbling and passing. He won the prestigious Ballon d'Or award 3 times between 1971 and 1974, missing out on the coveted award only in 1972 to Franz Beckenbauer. Cruyff played for clubs like Los Angeles Aztecs, Washington Diplomats, Levante and Feyenoord, alongside Ajax and Barcelona. Cruyff won the Eredivisie an amazing 9 times, the KNVB Cup 6 times and the European Cup 3 times. He also won the La Liga with Barcelona. The only thing that Cruyff couldn't achieve was the World Cup with the national team, as they were beaten in the 1974 World Cup final by Germany. Johan Cruyff played 48 internationals for his country, the Netherlands, scoring 33 goals, and was 33 times captain of the Dutch national team. Cruyff also played for various clubs and scored 392 goals. Cruyff did that in a way that took him to a pedestal similar to Pelé and Maradona and brought 1,000 contradictions to life. Johan Cruyff was maybe the most fascinating puzzle of a human being. He might also be the most influential or irritating individual. As we try to weave a word picture, you can see that the guy was a rich tapestry. We're going back to 1974 to a simple cotton-knit world, to a world where players with floppy haircuts who are impossibly thin and slow look as cool as a cucumber on grainy colour TVs. We are talking about the mystery of a man wrapped in the world's orangest shirt. Johan's father was an ardent supporter of Ajax. He attended every match and delighted Johan with stories about players such as the Real Madrid star Alfredo Di Stefano and the well-known Dutch player Vas Wilkes. Since his parents lacked a television, he imagined them instead. He visualized their movements, their use of space, and their ability to outwit their opponents. He developed the ability to play around with such mental images. For him, every disadvantage was an advantage. In his memoir, Cruyff discusses how he developed his soccer talent as the greatest mystery. He says, "My mum wasn't good at sports, my dad wasn't good at sports. I'm just one of a kind, I guess." Who knows where Johan got his skills? Johan had the opportunity to spend a lot of time just hanging around the Ajax stadium, starting when he was around 5 years old. He started to take on odd jobs for the team. Before kick-off at home games, the grounds crew would hand him a small pitchfork and instruct him to water the grass surrounding the goal. This was his first experience appearing before a large soccer crowd. He was allowed to play with the Ajax players mainly because they sympathised with his extremely thin appearance. He says that he looked shrimpy. You get to train with professional soccer players if you appear too little and fragile for the game. A weakness has turned into a strength. This leads us to the question, what makes a great athlete? What qualities are we looking for in a superstar? Simply put, it is difficult to imagine what people thought of Johan Cruyff at this early stage of his career. In many aspects, he was not a very promising player. Still, he has 2 advantages. To begin with, he has a truly captivating grace. Despite his lack of size, strength or speed, he possesses an elegant sense of balance. He has a dancer's movement and performs things with the ball at his feet that make you wonder if soccer is art. Is this child an artist? Johan Cruyff was the first player who understood he was an artist, according to author Hubert Smeets. That is just the beginning. He's not interested in working hard just to work hard, he wants to create something unique and lovely. Secondly, he's got this soccer brain. Johan Cruyff's perception of time, space and movement is supernatural. In 1964, at the age of 17, he started his first game against GVAV, the current FC Groningen. He fit in as a regular. In 7 games over the winter of 1965, he scored 8 goals. He scored 7 goals in 2 games in March 1966. More than anything, he possesses the Dennis Rodman-like ability to show up at the proper place before anyone else does. He has a skill of slipping by people. Those who witness him play get the impression that this youngster is intriguing and mysterious. In 1966, Ajax took first place, and Johan Cruyff at 19 became the first Dutch rock star. He was the spirit of the 60s. Ajax and Cruyff begin to dominate elite European teams. Before long, the entire continent will be listening, even if not everyone can pronounce their names correctly. Ajax brings Rinus Michels as a coach, with the help of Michael Cruyff, developed a new style which later came to be known as total football. The idea is straightforward. Under this scenario, every player on the field performed every task assigned to them, as opposed to a strict tactical scheme where each player had a specific duty. What if attackers could defend? What if defenders could attack? Whenever open space emerged, you could make use of it instead of pushing yourself hard on the ball forward through an inflexible system, and the entire squad would instantly reorganize itself. This would be fantastic for a player who, although he was never the most physically gifted guy on the field, had a mind that could play 5 different games simultaneously. The entire Netherlands appears thrilled with this new approach to the game, this juvenile total football which is fast-paced, free-flowing, inventive and revolutionary. Later, the whole world followed this new style of football. Cruyff's unique style cannot be properly expressed by describing him in terms of typical athletic qualities. At Ajax, one could say he serves as a second coach on the field. It would be accurate for him to say that he sometimes modifies the team's strategy without first talking to the bench. We can say he's a ruthless scorer who seems to be manipulating space-time to break down defenses. Johan Cruyff moved to Barcelona in the summer of 1973 for a record transfer price. In his debut season, he was voted European Footballer of the Year and won the La Liga Championship. And finally, with the season's end came the 1974 World Cup, in which the Netherlands won the silver medal. At the time, he was a bit of a football kit maverick, because he would always wear the number 14 for Ajax and Holland whenever he could. The iconic 2-striped jersey he wore at the 1974 World Cup must be the most notable instance of player sponsorship power in football history. So what do you think of Cruyff as a pioneer of modern football? Tell us in the comments. That's a wrap for now. We hope you found this video entertaining, and if so, support our channel by giving us a thumbs up. And also for more amazing content like this, subscribe to our channel.